Now that you've made it through the lessons in this course, let's take what you've learned and apply it in our course project. For the course project, we'll be creating an interactive visualization showing on-time arrival and departures for U.S. airports for the month of December 2014. There are a couple of goals we want to achieve with this project. First, we want to show all the airports on the map at the same time. Second, we want to be able to easily identify the best and worst airports based on-time arrival and departures. We will accomplish this by using 4 different colored icons, green, yellow, orange, and red airplanes, to indicate the airport performance from best to worst. Next, we want to visualize the largest and smallest airports based on total operation or flight volume. In our project, we will group airports by total operations based on 3 different icon sizes: 1.5 times the size, 1 time, and 1/2 a time. So larger icons will indicate the larger airports, while smaller will indicate the smaller airports. The final goal is to create a styled info window that when you click on an airport you can view all the details. In the info window, we want to show the average on-time percentage along with individual percentages for the arrival and departures. We also want to include the airport code, city and state, and coordinate location. To get started, we first need the data source for our project. The data is available from the Department of Transportation website in a PDF report. You can follow the link to go look at the data. If you scroll down to page 16, the report includes a list of U.S. airports. Each airport has the airport code, city and state, on-time arrival and departure percentage, and total operations or flights for both arrival and departures. We need to take the data in this PDF and create a JavaScript object that we can parse to add the airports to the map. To extract this information, I copy and pasted the data from the PDF into my brackets text editor. I then use the column editing feature to create a JavaScript object and added each key to the value pair. You will notice that we need latitude and longitude location for each airport in order to display it on the Google map. To get the location information, I geocoded the city, state, and airport to get a latitude and longitude that I then appended to the data. Let's take a look at the data set we will be using. I've stored the data as a JavaScript object that you can find in the project in the file airportdata.js. The object contains an array of airports, and each airport element contains 8 different key value pairs to store the information we pulled from the PDF as well as the latitude and longitude location. Let's look more closely at the information stored for each airport. The first key is the airport, and that stores the city, state, and airport code. Next, we have the code, which represents the airport code. Then we have the location. LAT and LNG represent the latitude and longitude of that particular airport. Next, we have the arrival and departures on-time percentage. Those are represented by APER and DPER. And finally, we have the total arrival and departure flights. AOP represents the arrivals and DOP represents the departures. For this project, I chose to store the data on the client side in a JavaScript object so we could focus on the Google Maps API. The formatting of the data is JSON, so it represents a typical data set that might be retrieved from a server using an AJAX call. So let's jump into the code and start creating our airport map. We will start with the code we finished in the last lesson.